This is Morning Juice. Sports, insight, and great storytelling. Starring Bobby Carpenter and Jeff Tito Thitoff. It's time to attack and dominate.
And that's what we'll do. We'll attack and dominate on this Tuesday. Tito, Bobby, Bodie. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. We got a Schlegs today at 7 o'clock. Can't wait for that. Also get a chance to get some Roosters.
He's going to do it. He's going to come on.
Oh, Bobby. I tell you, I don't like to not bring the juice, but the fact that I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with here today, played some pickup basketball last night, took a stumble, and somehow hurt my ribs in addition to my knee.
I mean, in addition to your knee.
Yes, they got hurt on the same play.
Here's a couple of questions before we get off and running today. When was the last time you played basketball?
Like that? It's been years.
I'm not talking about going around and shooting the backyard.
Right, yeah.
That's shooting a basketball.
That's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
It's like, when was the last time you played baseball? Like, hitting a ball off of a tee in the backyard doesn't constitute playing baseball. That constitutes like the easiest the physically least demanding part of it.
Right.
All right.
So it's probably been 15 years. Not that, probably 10 to 12 years.
So you're playing against other grown adults?
So it was.
My mom used to always say, not my mom, she kind of dovetailed. One of my coaches, the longer the explanation, the less believable it is.
No, you'll believe this, Bobby. You will absolutely believe this because it's the truth. You remember Rocco from the basketball team?
Yeah.
Okay, so me and Rocco's dad were playing against Rocco and Artie, a little 2-on-2 of the community center.
Okay.
So I was on the same team as an adult against an 8-year-old and a 7-year-old.
And you injured yourself playing against two people that have a combined age that's still about 1/3 of yours.
Yeah, that's what. So, Bob, look, recognized game.
Did you win the game?
We split with them. But no doubt my injury played a part in the loss. But it was a loose ball.
Loose, okay.
Okay, now look, again, if you're playing, you're playing. You can't take a play off. And so I'm going for the ball, racing Artie for the ball, and I don't know what.
You think you're faster than your son?
No. I had a head start on him, but nonetheless, I was still going to try to get the ball. But anyway,
that's good. It's good to show the effort.
It was effort, Bob. I was efforting is what I was doing. A big tree fall hard. I'm not sure if I tripped over my own 2 feet or if I just got ahead of my skis, and that's what happened. But somehow I'm laying on the ground, and it took me a second to get up.
Weezer had a song, lying on the floor, I come undone.
Okay. I
call that laying there in a pile of your own shame.
That could be, Bobby.
That's happened to me. I mean, it happens to everybody. I wrecked my bike going to the Tennessee game this year.
Yeah.
Someone's like, "Were you drunk?" I'm like, "We just got out of the car. I hadn't even made it. I flipped going on to Ohio State's campus, the furthest westernmost element of it. I couldn't get my bike over the curb. My elbow was bad. I couldn't grip. I had some tennis elbow. I went to pop the wheel.
Right.
I fell over. So that happens. I laid there in a pile of my own shame for about 30 seconds, yelled at my kids to keep going, scraped myself up, and went in there and said, "We don't need to talk about this anymore." All right, Dad's fine.
So
even if I wouldn't have been fine, I would have told him I'm fine. I don't know if I'd come in here limping like...
I didn't limp.
I mean, it's like Saving Private Ryan over here, Bodie.
Look, I don't like to throw around the word heroic, but I'm here. Now, what I wanted to...
so that was
yeah.
When did you say the last time you'd done something like this? 12?
10 years ago is when I played.
When was the last time you did anything that was moderately athletic, you think?
Does golf count?
No.
It's probably been about a month and a half. I went for a little jog about a month and a half ago.
A little jog.
I went for a little jaunt.
When I say something moderately athletic, I'm talking about you moving at probably like 75% or more of your like max human capacity, whether that's in a long-range run, short bursts, moving around.
It's been a while, Bob.
Quick sprint.
It's probably been a while for that. It's probably been a good 5, 6. Actually, no, it was last year, Bob, when I hiked up that mountain in Oregon. The mountains. I went hiking in Oregon with Heather when we were out there for the Oregon game.
So you're telling me you were straining at like 75% of your max capacity?
Dude, yes, it was. At that point, with the elevation out there and the heat, yes, it absolutely was a huge deal.
So that was a year ago.
About a year ago, yeah.
Outside of that, we have a hard time triangulating any other time.
Yes, we cannot triangulate.
Okay, so here's the thing.
Yeah.
This is what some of your contemporaries, a guy named Aaron Glenn, who's the head coach of the Jets, who I'm guessing is probably about your age because I came into the league and it was like his 14th year and it was my rookie year. So he's probably about 13, 14 years older than me. So maybe a little older than you.
Okay.
And he told me it's better to stay ready than to get ready.
Okay.
So he's like, when you, especially as you get older, he's like, you cannot get back into shape. It's harder. You can't get there. So he was, I try to just stay where I need to be all the time. So that might be a mission for you to be able to do this to prevent you from rolling around. Did you take any ibuprofen or anything last night?
I didn't.
Okay, so
I'll
then
take some today.
There's problem. Well, why didn't we take it last night?
Just I don't.
It was too much effort to put the pill in your mouth and swallow it.
No, it's just.
I'm trying to figure that out.
No, why did I take it? I
Doc told me I can't play. Put your gear on, Tito.
I should have, Bob. Yes, in hindsight, yes, I should have done that. Here's the other couple things. First of all, the wife's always right because she tells me you need to move more. You need to move more. I go out there, move more, and this happens. You know why it happened? Because I don't move enough. Right, that's what I hear. So
it's kind of a circular reference.
That's what it is.
So the thing is you got to get back on that horse today, cowboy.
That's the fact that I admitted to you, an athlete, that when I sneezed I almost cried. That shows you where I'm at. But Bob, the other thing is now. I
know people that pee their pants when they sneeze, so I think you're in perfectly good company.
So Bobby,
how old are those people?
How old are those women that have given birth?
Well, I mean they're around Tito's age.
Okay, Bob, when we go out to Ohio State on Thursday and Friday, who do I need to talk to about getting one of those Ohio State shots?
What do you mean Ohio State shots?
They're legal. I'm just saying like a shot to get rid of the pain. Like, they would give you a shot in a game.
Toradol shot?
Whatever it is, that's fine. Whatever would do it.
That's what it's called.
Okay.
Toradol shot. I don't really do those as much anymore. They didn't really give those out very much often at Ohio State at all. Like they give them out far more now. The problem is the rebound off of that's pretty bad. So if you think you're sore today and I was like, hey, we give you a Toradol shot, I'd be like, all right, you go play basketball again. I feel great. And then probably about 24 to 36 hours later, you wake up and you feel like you got hit by a car. Because it just kind of takes all the inflammation out of your body, allows you to keep performing, and then once that wears off, it's not a great thing. That's even if you're complaining today,
right?
You'll be complaining even more after that.
Well, we got our final major of the season on Monday, and right now I am doubtful to play. I could not play today.
I'll tell you, I got Rothman ready to play. I got him to play Valhalla and do the whatever the speedway is down there outside. I told him the recipe of the concoction of anti-inflammatories that he would need to take and the quantities he would need to take them. Now, the problem was he then got a bruise on his leg from it's simply leaning. Literally, Bodie, he said, I don't know how you get this bruise on my leg right here. I go, well, because that's where the car was rubbing on it. I'm like, well, Rothman, between your blood thinners and anti-inflammatories, you're probably like a peach out there. He's like, that's not good at all. I didn't tell you this was a long-term solution. You told me you wanted to play Valhalla, and then you were going to drive a race car, and you wanted to be able to do both with your back. Right. I told you I could get you ready for both of those things. Now, you may have
consequences after that.
You may be borderline renal failure, so make sure you drink a lot of water. But you'll be able to get it done. So if you want this to be the time of your life this weekend. He's like, well, it was really good. I'm like, well, then there you go. Just make sure you don't take any anti-inflammatories for a while. I didn't realize that he still they didn't tell me the dosing of his blood thinners as well, which I'm like, Rother, if you would have got cut, you probably would have bled to death. Like a fountain out there.
Oh, so you can get me ready for Monday.
And get you ready for Monday.
Right. Tuesday might be a long day. If you can get ready for Monday.
It's all right. Don't worry about Tuesday.
That's fine. I can do that.
We've got tonight. Who needs tomorrow?
That's right, Seeger. All right, Bobby. You've already made me smarter. Now make me smarter.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Take it away, General.
Oh, goodness. It is Tuesday, July 29th. My goodness. 210th day of the year, 155 days remaining in this 2025. This date, 1588. You ever seen Billy Madison?
No. Yes, Sandler movie?
Yeah, I have. Yep.
So do you remember when he's with Veronica Vaughn?
Oh, I've only seen it probably once or twice.
Well, it's the good-looking teacher of his, and she's helping him prep for his Knowledge Bowl.
Okay.
And she says Spanish Armada, and he's like throwing out numbers. Spanish Armada 1588. I always remember that because that's when they cut from her, and then they cut back, and it's Farley. He's like, that is correct. And he's got no shirt on. Oh, it's amazing. Oh, but Veronica Vaughn, 1588, Spanish Armada, they call it the Protestant win. The English naval forces under the command of Sir Francis Drake defeat the Spanish fleet off the coast of France. They ducked around England, came up through the Channel, they called it the Protestant win, and wiped out, at the time, the greatest fleet in the world. This date, 1921. This was a big day for Shark. He always had this circled on his calendar, especially a couple years back for the 100-year anniversary when his boy, old Dolfer, Adolf Hitler, became the leader of the National Socialist German Workers' Party.
Nice.
Shark said that was his platform, his springboard to being able to do some.
This
is
our Independence Day.
It really was. So 20 years later, that guy was taking over Europe. This date, 1948, the 16th Olympics Open. It was the first in 12 years since 1936, since Jesse Owens went to Berlin and put on a show in front of Hitler and his cronies. They had the 12-year hiatus due to the war.
Yeah, World War II. Yep.
So that
makes sense.
Yeah, it's amazing they didn't stop that in 40 and 44 to let them
Get it
go
over with,
run around a little bit. We're gonna have a ceasefire here
Yeah.
for 2 weeks. Let you guys go run around, play some games.
We're going to do pistol shooting? Okay, I got it.
And on this date, 1958, big day for the creation of one of the greater elements in the United States. Gosh, if I can find, here it is. We were the first to go to the moon, but not the first in space. But on this date, 1958, U.S. President Dwight D. Eisenhower signs into law the National Aeronautics and Space Act, thus creating what we now know as the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, better known as NASA.
On July 29, 1958, the U.S. Congress established the National Aeronautics and Space Administration, or NASA, setting the stage for America's pioneering journey into space exploration. NASA was created in response to the Soviet Union's launch of Sputnik I in 1957, which marked the beginning of the space race and prompted the United States to establish a dedicated space agency. NASA has achieved remarkable milestones, including the historic Apollo 11 moon landing in 1969, the construction of the International Space Station, and numerous robotic missions that have expanded our understanding of the universe. Despite its many triumphs, NASA has faced significant challenges and tragedies, such as the Challenger disaster in 1986 and the Columbia disaster in 2003, which have shaped the agency's approach to safety and innovation. NASA's contributions to space exploration have had a profound impact on science, technology, and society. Its legacy continues to inspire future generations and drive advancements in space exploration.
Bodie, I want you to narrate some of those instead of these AI guys. Sounds like what my kids watch on YouTube Shorts.
That's exactly where I found that.
Exactly, 100%. They just keep feeding you more information, but you sit there and just become mesmerized.
Suck it all in.
That's what she said. This date, 1965, the United States launches its first troops. 4,000 of the 101st Airborne land in Vietnam.
Inside the Army base at Oakland, California, a scene reminiscent of the recent past. The years of the Korean and World War II campaigns is reenacted by yet another generation of young Americans. In response to the stepped-up pressure of the communists in South Vietnam, the United States continues its arms buildup. Within weeks, 50,000 additional troops with all of the materiel of war will be committed, bringing the total of American forces in South Vietnam to 125,000. Troopers are arriving daily by train or plane from posts all over the nation. With weapons slung and duffel hefted to the shoulder, in most instances sore armed from a bewildering variety of inoculations, they arrive, young, proud, nervous with anticipation, but confident and well-trained. For the fourth time in half a century, the United States will test its honor and its power in the flames of battle. President Johnson has reiterated U.S. determination not to abandon the people of South Vietnam. His calls for peace talks have gone unanswered, though diplomats have stalked the capitals of a dozen foreign nations seeking a formula to end the bloodshed.
That music makes you think like it's a really good thing that Vietnam happened.
Well, it sounded, and the testing the fire, really, I mean, with the napalm, they really were testing the fire. And all the inoculations, which my father-in-law had a massive heart attack, almost killed him. And they're like, it's probably due. He ended up getting a little bit more money from his retirement in the VA.
Yeah.
This kills about 90% of the people that have it. And for some reason, it didn't with you. They got able to get him to the hospital in time,
Built
thankfully.
Different.
Yeah, but he was built different. But the amount of stuff they used to give us back then, I mean, just go through the line and cocktail about 5 or 6 different things. Here you go. Same needle for all. Walk away.
I don't need to wear gloves.
Oh, yeah. Listen, if you're using the same needle, changing gloves, what are we talking about?
Protect the doctor.
Absolutely. This date, 1967. Jim Morrison, lead singer, front man of the Doors. Light My Fire hits number 1.
If I want to say to you, yeah, we couldn't get no trial. Come on, baby, light my fire. Come on, baby, light my...
That was the Ed Sullivan Show there, Bode?
Yes, it was. Yep.
It's funny, Bobby, because after that's the last time they ever got a chance to play the Ed Sullivan Show because Ed Sullivan told them not to sing that line higher. And after he did it, I think it was Sullivan or somebody from Sullivan's staff said, "You will never do the Ed Sullivan Show again." And Jim Morrison said, we just did the Ed Sullivan Show.
It's good.
Yeah.
Hey, when he was singing about break on through,
yes,
and I always asked what he was trying to break on through to. What is on the other side? It was
good
always
question.
very interesting. And I got a text from in his final lap before retirement, Jerry Emick, he said, on one side is good, on the other side is evil, and in between, there are the Doors. So I'm not sure which side they're trying to go
right,
to.
yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
Where they're at. But I was like, that was pretty tremendous. This date's 1969. One of my favorite bangers of all time and one of their last great songs. Come Together is recorded by the Beatles.
One thing I can tell you is you got to be free. Come together right now over me.
That's a good song.
It's one of my top 5 in the catalog. And then, are you familiar with the Son of Sam Bodie? Did you know?
I was not, no. I honestly, when you said it yesterday, I thought you were talking about a song. And then I did a little Google searching, and I was like, oh, no, not a song. Not even close to it.
Not even close. He made some documentaries about it. It's interesting. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Unsolved Mysteries. Are you familiar with that?
I think so, yeah. I feel like I've heard of it.
Oh,
I've come across it at some point.
You recognize the music to it probably, and you've probably seen bits of it somewhere. I went to about 2000. Great show, but the original ones that were all. Do you remember with Robert?
Yeah.
Robert Pat.
It's Robert.
Not Robert Pattinson, I don't
Not
think.
that
That
one,
was
I don't think.
Batman.
No.
Yes,
I know you're talking about Robert. Yeah.
It'll come to me, but he. The first ones were made. All like the first 4 were made about the Son of Sam.
Oh, really?
Yeah, of trying to solve all this. But David Berkowitz, aka the Son of Sam, kills one and injures one more in his first attack.
Wendy Savino was 88 years old, living a quiet life, when a chilling encounter brought her back to one of New York's darkest chapters. Nearly 6 decades ago, she survived a brutal attack by the notorious Son of Sam, David Berkowitz, a serial killer who terrorized New York City in the 1970s. Shot 5 times while sitting in her car, Savino lost an eye but clung to life, crawling to safety and playing dead to escape her attacker. That trauma never fully left her. Now serving 6 life sentences, Berkowitz claims to be a born-again Christian, distancing himself from his past. But for survivors like Savino, the pain remains raw. Savino's story is a testament to resilience. After the 1976 shooting, her husband, a Republican Party leader, sent her to England to recover, where she lived in constant fear, avoiding the dark and even leaving groceries behind if panic set in. Yet she returned, identified Berkowitz in a lineup, and helped confirm his crimes. Her courage then and now shines through.
It's pretty remarkable. Shot 5 times.
Yeah.
Every bullet bounced off her.
That was
Except for
Robert Stack.
Robert Stack.
Yeah.
You should watch some Unsolved Mysteries, Bode. My wife and I, we found them. They're all on NBC Peacock.
Peacock,
Okay.
yeah.
And what's great
got
is
Peacock.
because without cell phones back then, like being able to triangulate, find people, what they were doing, and
Yeah.
speculate. there was a lot of things that you could get away with that today you would have a much more difficult time doing. This date, 1978, the Grease soundtrack hits #1 in the U.S. And then on this date, 2015, it's hard to believe it's been 10 years. The Eagles, who wouldn't get together until hell froze over, apparently it did, because then they got back together, played their last concert together ever with Glenn Frey. He died 6 months later. They closed it with Desperado. His son Deacon took over, who sounds very similar to him. But this was the last show date ever as the originally constituted Eagles.
Well, I'm running down the road trying to loosen my load. I got 7 women on my mind. 4 that wanna own me, 2 that wanna stone me. 1 says she's a friend of mine. Take it easy.
That's a great opening line.
Yes.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
He, I think Vince Gill tours them sometimes still
He
now.
does.
Well, yeah, Vince Gill in addition to
Deacon.
Deacon
Sounds very similar to his
He does.
father,
Yeah.
which is good. But yeah, Greg Frey. I remember I was doing the show with Roth and came in when we learned of his passing, and that was a tough one.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot another big reason that Shark always loved July 29th. Some birthdays today, born on this date, 1883. I don't know if you're able to get any of his sound. Benito Mussolini. Baby.
Nice.
You know, Shark said he was on his pantheon of dictators. It was usually Hitler and Stalin were battling 1 and 2. Benito was a distant third, with Pol Pot coming right behind him.
Mussolini was like the third tenor.
Yeah, you know, after they drug him through Rome,
Right.
that was not a great situation for him. Turning 89 today, the wife of Bob Dole and the 20th Secretary of Labor as well, Elizabeth Dole, turning 89 today. Bob Dole, is he still alive? Or did he just pass?
We just talked about him last week.
It was him and Jimmy
I think
Carter.
he had passed.
Him and Jimmy Carter had been living for a long time and didn't really look like they were still all that alive, but it had a pulse and had a heartbeat. I think Bob did just pass in the last...
At the age of 88.
Oh, no, he
he
was like... Has it been 2 years, maybe?
December 5th, 2021.
3, yeah, but how old was he? Like 90, 95?
98.
98, he was up
98,
there.
okay.
Him and
Jeez.
Jimmy Carter were both searching for the Century Club, but Bob Dole did not look like Bob Dole that I remember at the end.
No.
He was running for president against Clinton in 96?
Well,
98, right?
No,
because there'd be 92,
96.
96.
I think it was Clinton's
Yeah,
re-election
it wasn't
in 96.
2000. Yeah, it was a re-election. I think it
Because
was
that was
too.
against H.W. He came to the Lancaster Fairgrounds. I remember I was like probably from me to you when he came walking by.
Really?
That was pretty cool, yeah. Yeah, big deal with that. Scott Steiner turning 63 today, the former pro wrestler. And listen, man, you crossed the 60-year-old mark for a wrestler. Congratulations to you.
Croc Hunter death.
You see, when Big Papa Pump comes to town, all my hooches come around. Now, you Sacramento scumbags, all you Sacramento white trash that are waiting for Diamond Dallas Page to show up, he's not coming because I put him in the hospital. I gave Diamond Dallas Trash fair warning that he wasn't big enough, he wasn't strong enough, and he wasn't smart enough to take on a great athlete like myself. You see, you accept my challenge and meet me here because, believe me, the man with the largest arms in the world is not hard to find. I'm just hard. Just ask my hooches. Goldberg, I'm putting you in the hospital right next to Diamond Dallas Page tonight.
That is a great. I'm just hard.
Yeah.
Choose hard.
That's amazing. You know what his finishing move was?
What was that?
The Steiner recliner.
It was a Steiner recliner they
I
called
mean,
it?
what a great one. Yeah, Scott Steiner. That was a pretty damn good monologue.
Yeah.
I'll give you some credit.
It went on significantly longer than that, too. I had to chop it down a little bit.
Very, very entertaining. Good stuff. Country singer Martina McBride turning at 59.
Independence
today.
Day. Yeah.
Her song. I thought you were talking about the movie. Yeah. She was great. Turning 59. Couldn't believe that. Just the people that I used to listen to in college now, them being like near 60 or in their 60s is tough. And then Cowboys legend. A decade in. 3-time Pro Bowler, a second-team All-Pro, a Rookie of the Year. It's hard to believe he'll be entering his 10th season, Bodie. The legendary Dakota Prescott.
5 receivers. Out in the pattern, and over the middle, it's caught inside the 5. Dez Bryant, touchdown, Cowboys. Nice way to get your first touchdown pass.
I was going to say the same thing. Congratulations. And why not? Set them up outside, go hard inside. And you know Dez Bryant's not worried about getting hit by some safety. Makes a tough catch, gets it into the end zone for the young man in his first touchdown pass.
Simpler times, 2016.
He's going to have a big year this year. Sure. I'm telling you.
If the offensive line can stay healthy, which they almost lost their left tackle yesterday to a season-ending ACL injury. No, it was a bone bruise, 4 to 6 weeks. So
it's a long way from the heart.
Great news. Cowboys are back. I think Dak will have a good year, though, if he can stay healthy.
I saw there was suspect. I was like, this is not good.
Not good, Coach. Not good.
Well, that's good. Hey, 4 to 6 weeks.
That's nothing.
Yeah. It's a vacation during camp.
Can he play? Can he play, Doc?
Yeah, what if he plays?
Is he gonna hurt it more?
Some passings today. Passing on this date, 1890, Vincent van Gogh, the famed painter. And then in 1974, Cass Elliot of the Mamas and Papas. Some holidays observances today. We've got International Chicken Wing Day.
Ooh,
how's that
that's
sound?
a good one.
What do you like on your chicken? And by the way, it's a pretty great day because it's an Appetizer Tuesday at Roosters.
That's right. We're gonna do that shortly.
Get you some wings.
I'll go with like just a barbecue sauce on my. I don't like the hot stuff.
Do you like them naked or breaded?
I like them breaded.
Boats?
Yeah, breaded.
Okay. Flappers or drums?
For me, it's drums.
Yeah, give me the drums as well.
Dip it in some blue cheese.
Ranch. Oh, blue cheese is disgusting, Tito.
That's amazing.
Gotta go ranch.
It's all right. Everybody's got their own little flavors there. I like to go drums only, naked, and then I do the Nashville rub.
Oh, that's good too.
It's pretty solid. I like them nice and crispy.
Oh yeah, I always order them extra crispy.
I didn't even realize that was a thing that you could get there.
Yeah.
National Lasagna Day as well. Ooh. So how about that? National Lipstick Day, which I've heard about these lipstick parties. Bodie was telling me about them. And then Rain Day as well. Well, I mean, I see that lipstick can go anywhere. And those historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date. July 29th, Tuesday, July 29th, 210th day of the year, 155 remaining, and a big happy birthday as well to Miss Laura Hawk.
Oh, there we go.
Nice. Wife of Aaron James.
There we go. Morning
Ask
juice.
AJ, because I always get confused. I go, I know it's not the day before mine. I didn't think it was the 30th. So yesterday I go, is your wife's birthday today or tomorrow? He goes, I believe it's tomorrow. I was like, is that a factual statement or is just simply a hope and belief?
Do you always answer quickly when someone asks you when your wife's birthday is? Like usually,
mine's it's okay. May 6th.
Okay, because sometimes I've forgotten. Like it takes me a second to think about it.
Well, you've had multiple wives.
That's one part of it. Yes. The other part, though, Bob, is that my stepdaughter was born the 13th of October. Heather's birthday is the 12th. Artie's the 18th.
That's good. It's a nice little run you got.
It's
there.
a good, yeah. But sometimes it's like trying to get them in order. I can't. Sometimes
that's fair.
You know, it's my dad's a 23rd.
I think if you take a second to have 4 birthdays that close, close family members.
Yes.
And that's reasonable.
Yeah, so like when I'm doing the pharmacy pickup and they say, what's Heather's birth date? And I go, let me think about this now.
Do I have a 10-second count like a free throw?
Can you ask me something else? Because I know that Pete Rose had a 44-game hitting streak. Can we do that instead? That was great, Bobby. Morning Juice, sponsored by Riverside Bank in Dublin and Event Risk Elite Protection. Coming up next, we got some player versus commission beef. That's next, Morning Juice.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other, leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
1 in 4 Americans today are living with a disability. I'm one of them. I care deeply about creating a world we can all fully participate in, free from stigma, misperceptions, and barriers. And we've got a trusted ally on our side, an organization we can rely on, Easter Seals. Rooted in communities nationwide, Easter Seals helps empower millions of people, regardless of age or disability, through its life-changing services and powerful advocacy. Today and every day, Easter Seals is leading the way to full equity, inclusion, and access to healthcare, employment, and education for people with disabilities, families, and communities. That's my Easter Seals. Make it yours. Learn more and get involved at easterseals.com.
We ask parents who adopted teens to share their journey.
Nathan has taught me to embrace the moment. Age-wise, I'm in my late 60s. I'm old enough to be his grandfather. Will he be embarrassed to acknowledge me as his dad? I think the most important thing we can do is let them know that they're safe, that they're valued and cared for and loved, and that they're important.
I knew I wanted to be adopted by him because of how he taught me to be the person who I am today. And it's coming from a dad that didn't expect to become a dad, and I feel very proud to be his son.
That was what he needed, and he was what I needed. Every day is full of new opportunities. That's what it's been about, realizing the simple things that it takes to make such a huge difference in these kids' lives.
Learn about adopting a teen from foster care at adoptuskids.org. Brought to you by Adopt US Kids, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, and the Ad Council.
Tito invited the new Russian family who moved in down the street to watch Rocky IV. It did not go well.
I must break you.
This is Morning Juice.
Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby, Bodie, Roosters. Maybe.
You hear the sound, you know what time it is. That means it's an Appetizer Tuesday. Pavlov's dog getting hungry already. The last Tuesday of the great month of July. And now, the featured appetizer, which will be $3 all day long, is one for all those unfortunate people out there that are allergic to wood. It's for you if you love a corn dog, but you can't eat the stick. You can't have the wood on your person. This is for you. The mini corn dogs. Bite-sized little corn dogs served with a side of mustard. Simple food at its finest. And if you stay locked in here, about an hour from now, we're going to be giving you away a $50 gift card to the aforementioned Roosters. You can buy whatever you want because it's National Wingy Day. So go check out our friends over at Roosters.
So, Bobby, Bryce Harper, Rob Manfred's doing kind of like a tour around Major League clubhouses. And when Manfred went...
like Caesar coming back to Rome.
That's what it is. And when Manfred went to the Phillies clubhouse, reports are that Bryce Harper got in his face and said, "Get the F out of our clubhouse if you want to talk about..."
You mean he gave him a glass of champagne?
He said,
"Come on over and hang out.
If you want to talk about a potential implementation of a salary cap," he told him to get the F out of our clubhouse. So what I'm curious about, because Manfred's talked about this and other commissioners before this have talked about it as well, but you have said that you think that it's better for baseball to have a cap and a floor, probably, right? Okay.
I don't care what the cap. Make the cap high. I mean, it doesn't have to be low.
Right. You can make the cap high, but whatever it is, yes.
Whatever the Dodgers, what's the Dodgers payroll? Make that the
I
cap
don't
right
even
now.
know. $100 million something, I think.
Yeah, make that the cap right now.
So
And the Pirates are paying about 85, 86, give or take.
But
I
make
think.
the floor
70.
No, make the floor like 150.
150, yeah.
Well, here's all you have to do to rationalize to the players. Here's all the dollars that are spent right now.
Mm-hmm.
With the Dodgers that are paying 400 and the Pirates and Reds that are paying 120 together.
Right, yeah.
You know, as you say, listen, if we have a floor of, and you could, I mean, it's just math. We're just,
right.
How many teams are there? 30 in baseball?
30 in baseball.
And if they all spend $150 million, it's $4.5 billion.
Yep.
That's the floor.
Okay, yeah.
That they're going to be spending.
Right.
And we'll cap it right now at $400 million where the Dodgers are, so like nobody has to do anything. But we'll have growth obviously with it.
Right.
But it's not going to be like $50 million a year growth. But now, and with that, you can have some revenue sharing, maybe a greater degree. But there's going to be at minimum $4.5 billion spent on players. How much is spent right now? Which is probably less than that.
We'd have to look at that, yeah.
And so that is the argument that you would make to the players. And you know what the goal would be is you don't grow the top line quite as fast, but you grow the floor faster. And that's how you force other teams to spend. You get rid of these owners who are just simply there to make a buck, and you get people in there that have real wealth that'll drive parity among the game. And you do some of the things that Manfred's done, which, you know, maybe to the chagrin of others, you know, the ghost runner stuff.
Sure.
I think the pitch clock has been
It's been great,
I think
yes.
For most people I've talked to, even like, quote, baseball purists, they enjoy it.
So I'm looking here on Sport Track, and under total payrolls, total payroll allocations for the Major League Baseball teams, they've got it at $5.2 billion.
Okay.
And then, but that doesn't include things like, you know, the players that have former players that are still on the payroll, like where Ken Griffey Jr. is getting money.
There would have to be ways when you buy guys out, like in the NBA, how those salaries, how they're constituted and counted. So, yeah, there might be, you know who else is on there? Bobby Bonilla.
Sure, yeah, Bonilla's still out there. Yes, he is still on there, yes.
His $1.6 million or
whatever
it is.
Yeah.
That's still counting on the Mets payroll. So you've got guys who are getting paid who haven't played in 20 years as well.
Griffey, for the last few years, has been like one of the top 5 paid guys for the Reds.
Yeah.
And, you know, the last time he played there was years and years
contributor.
ago. Yes. And, Bobby, I'm with you that I think that would be good for the sport.
You have to be able to articulate it to the players well of how you guys are going to all be getting paid more.
Yeah.
There'll be more people at your games because there'll be more parity among the teams. And so there's going to be more people. The game should, in theory, be better. There should be more teams that are able to get in it. That's why people love the NFL. You can go, like, the NFC hasn't had a repeat. NFC hasn't had a repeat champion in 20 years.
Was there
and
ever...
competency plays a role in that. But.
Competency does play a role in it, but the fact that, like, there's reverse order drafting, there's a salary cap, there's, you know, the compensation.
There's compensation for free agents, things like that.
Picks and all that stuff. Like, that creates parity. And so to be really good, then you know what you do? You spend more money on your front office and your scouting and everything like that. You find the Billy Beans of the world. And, then
the Yankees are paying you, David.
Yeah,
yeah, right. That's what I'm not paying. Yeah, they're paying you not to play you, not to play for them. But Bob, like when you were in the NFL, was there? And I can't remember this off the top of my head. Was there any threat of like labor issues there?
Are you? I mean, I got to be real careful with my stuff.
It's okay.
There was a lockout 2011,
right?
Yes.
Okay, I wasn't sure, Bobby. I can't listen, Bobby. I don't always put the years together on when you were there and what team you were with. I didn't know because there was a lockout in 11. And, the reason I'm asking this is I
almost starved to death. It was amazing.
I'm sure you did. Was it a hunger strike or was it because
the PA was like they held back our dues for like 3 years because veteran players will get them back, and they started giving them to us. Asia and I talked about this, and it was wild. They locked us out at the start of the league year, which is like the start of free agency.
March.
So whenever that is, March 15th, 16th, 17th, usually falls somewhere in there. And at that point, they started giving us like our dues like every month that they had been holding back. And it was like, I don't know, 10 grand or something. They're like, this will be for you guys to live on. And I remember AJ, like, dude, we don't get paid in the off season anyway. Like, why don't you hold that money till like if we actually I mean, we want it back.
Right.
You're going to give it to us at some point, but we weren't planning on getting paid now because you don't get paid in the offseason.
Sure.
You get paid during the year.
Right.
Unless you have some sort of roster bonus or things like that come in. And if those guys are getting roster bonuses, I mean, you're probably not $10,000 isn't really denting your life anyway. So is it what are we doing? Are guys like this poor planned in life? Which the answer is yes. Because most guys, there's a million stories where guys at the end of the season comes like, why am I getting my checks? Like, well, yeah, because you got them for 17 weeks, dude. Like, they stopped coming at the end of the season.
Sure.
You didn't realize you can do the math on how much you were getting divided by 17. It seems like a lot less because they're taking taxes out of it, but I can assure you that's how it works.
During your playing career, your thoughts on the salary cap? Did they stay the same? Like, as far as, I know you say baseball needs to have one, and I agree with you on that. Were you in favor of the way the NFL salary cap was structured?
Yeah, I think it was. I think it's appropriate. Now, I don't necessarily love like the franchise tags and some different things, and how just there are some elements that I think that could probably be changed and tweaked.
Right.
But I think on a whole, I mean, football is the most popular game, but the reason why the NFL is so successful is because of their structure. And it's not just the cap, it's the revenue sharing and how that works. And the fact that every team gets $430 million or whatever, and the salary cap's 200 and something, like, you should be able to spend it. But they also had to go in, and this was before Mustachio bought the Jaguars.
Shad Khan, yeah.
So they also had to go in because they had a salary floor. And they would go in and they would give guys these extensions that were like basically paper extensions where like they give you extension, guys would sign it. They gave them a little bit of money with it, but not very much.
Right.
And then they would just cut them at the end of the year, knowing they were going to do that. And so that salary counted to get them up to the floor.
Right.
So then they had to go in and institute, like right now, I think it's a 90% of whatever the floor is has to be spent in cash in that year. Like you have to spend that, and that money has to make it directly to the players. And so, yeah, there's a delta between the ceiling and the floor. But because of that, everybody makes a lot more money because you see these teams like the Browns when they were first rebuilding, they had all that money. And then, you know what? The money you don't spend, you let them carry over.
Yeah.
Because teams that are going to want to win, that's great. They're going to spend that money on the players too.
Yeah.
It's like there's mechanisms and vehicles that allow for it to be successful. And that's what I would sit down with Bryce, Bryce is like an adopted Buckeye.
Sure he is, yeah.
He gave Swish crap at the golf outing. I was like, hey, man, I mean, I told Bryce, we can be your team. Swish, you got to get your butt back here more. But Bryce's wife played at Ohio State soccer here, and he comes to a lot of games. Great dude. Really nice guy. My son and some of his buddies hung out after the game, took pictures with him when he came down, like not in the club level. I mean, it was outside the stadium. It was amazing. And there were people waiting that I thought were going to talk to him and then want to talk to me and get a picture afterwards. And like nobody knew who he was. I think that's why he likes it here. But great dude. But I would tell him, like, Bryce, it's not about a ceiling to restrict your earnings. It's about everybody making more. And it's about having parity among the game to grow the game and how that's going to elevate the quality of play. So when you have people just don't go to watch every fifth game to see Paul Skeens in Pittsburgh.
Sure.
They'll watch them play more games because they actually have a chance at winning.
I didn't know if your view on it on a salary cap changed from when you were within the lines and when you were a former player. You got to wait. But I didn't like if in the game you felt when you were playing you felt a certain way and then it shifted in the game. I know if your opinion on it shifted after you got out of the league.
I've tried to. I would hope that I was mature enough at 23, and especially when I left the league like 30, 31, that I would have known and understood the economics of it. And my understanding and knowledge grew of it. But that's as I became more knowledgeable. Like some of the stuff I probably told you, you guys had no idea about, and that's why, like, it all works so well. And that's why you can be at Jacksonville and draft some guys and have a good year and then suck for a while because you have incompetent, management. But, it's really hard to be good for a really long time.
It makes me appreciate things like the Patriots did, things like the Chiefs are doing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like it's next level. Even to a certain extent, Pittsburgh, they're always competitive at least, but they're not always have someone in a playoff game in 10 years. But teams like that, though, that can stay relevant despite all these different mechanisms in place to where you're trying to encourage parity by the league. All right, coming up next, we'll use some quick hitters. Morning Juice.
When it comes to protecting your assets, you need a security partner. Event Risk Security Services is a U.S.-based veteran-owned company providing protection services, consulting to Fortune 500 companies, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality services and an endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give them a try. They're virtually the same cost, and they can address what keeps you up at night. Event Risk. Check them out at eventriskinc.com to learn more.
Hey guys, 13-year NFL veteran and Super Bowl champion Jason McCourty here, and I'm an innovation ambassador at FAIR, Food Allergy and Research Education. I would say the most challenging thing as a parent of a kid who has a food allergy is probably the ignorance that I myself had in the beginning. I didn't know what anaphylactic shock was. I didn't know the dangers, let alone the things that she needed to be able to have a normal life. When you go to drop your kid off, on every single time in the beginning, we'd have to go through everything she was allergic to. Preparation is everything. And me, for playing football for 13 years, it was all throughout the course of the week. It's getting ready for game day. When you're on the field, you're playing for your fans. At home, you're playing for your family. My playbook, read labels, keep it allergy friendly, and have an epinephrine nasal spray as a backup plan. Because when my family's safe from food allergens, that's the real victory. Visit foodallergy.org to learn more.
While serving in Vietnam, a grenade took my ability to see. Today, I'm a sculptor. Now, my fingers are my eyes. I'm Michael Naranjo. As a veteran, I know the challenges of life can be great. In my art, turning a lump of clay into something beautiful, that is worth doing. Life is like that. We each must use what we can to make things better.
DAV helps veterans like Michael get the benefits they've earned. They help more than 1 million veterans every year in life-changing ways.
Now, I show others how they can create something with their own hands. I know it can do a lot of good. With support from DAV, more veterans can shape their lives into a thing of beauty. My victory is bringing beauty into the world.
Michael Naranjo, may your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
Dangers rarely lie out in the open, so no matter where you live, it's important to know harmful pests can hide in and around your home.
Here I come!
Rodents and cockroaches are drawn to food waste and garbage.
I know you're out here.
Ticks lurk in tall grasses, and mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water.
I can hear you.
Rodents, ticks, and mosquitoes can all spread dangerous diseases.
I gotcha!
Seek the facts you need at pestworld.org, a public service message from the National Pest Management Association.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Riverside Bank of Dublin.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
We have different opinions on that we just discussed. But thanks for tuning in today. It's Morning Juice. Tito, Bobby, Bodie. Let's do some quick hitters.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy today at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
I didn't sleep much last night, Bodie.
Tito, I've definitely had a busy morning.
Yes.
Dylan's off, had a little bit more extra on my plate, but can't cry about having too much on your plate when your goal was to eat, Tito. That's what they say, at least.
Fantastic.
We'll start with college football here, guys. Last season, UTSA, University of Texas San Antonio, they defeated Memphis.
Roadrunners.
The Roadrunners. They defeated Memphis 44-36 on November 2nd in a matchup between the two American Conference foes. I bring that game up because On3 recently reported that former Memphis safety Taj Rael, I don't know if he's got any relation to Superman, but nevertheless, he's been accused of leaking his team's playbook to Owen McCown, who was the starting quarterback for the Roadrunners last year. Both Purdue, which is where Rael transferred into this past winter, and the American Conference Commissioner Tim Pernetti, they both downplayed the incident, calling the story mischaracterized and overplayed. Pernetti also said that both head coaches at Memphis and UTSA have not showed much concern about the situation. Bobby, the call was coming from inside the house, but I don't know. I guess if both Purdue, Memphis, UTSA, and the conference commissioner aren't too worried about it, I guess the story shouldn't be too big of a deal, right?
Well, here's the thing. You downplay it publicly and handle it privately. Because have you seen the text? I mean, they got screenshots.
Yeah.
I don't know. One of the parties had to leak those out.
Yeah.
I don't know who thought it would be in their best interest to put it out there, especially if you're the guy who's ratting on your own team. Like you said, the call is coming from inside the house. And I saw that. I mean, it was fairly descriptive talking about what they were going to run, who was good, who was bad, if anybody had injuries.
Safety was banged up, I think.
Yeah, like
right?
talking
So
about injuries
him.
and things. I mean, that's fairly significant. And I know they're downplaying it publicly. I guarantee you privately, the coaches are like, they're talking about this with their teams.
I mean,
and the commissioner probably had a conversation where everybody's having talks about that because that's integrity of the game stuff.
Yeah.
If you can bet on these games now, then like that's real.
Here you go. That's all the signals. Far left is coverages. I'll send you better lists showing you the call.
But they
run quarters and none of their safeties can cover, by the way.
I mean, they would know that they run quarters and some of that stuff you're seeing on film, but.
Okay, and then he says, no reroutes on the slot. The field safety is the weakest link in the defense. His hamstring hurting, but he's running out of eligibility. So when you play him, he's number 0. And the quarterback responds, bet. But let me know if they cut your stuff. I'll put in a word.
Yeah, then we'll get you over here,
We'll
bud.
get you over here, yeah. Because it sounds like you're a great teammate. You're a stand-up kind of guy.
You're the kind of guy I wanted to be in the foxhole with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's you're right, Bobby. I like what you said there. They're going to downplay it publicly, and then
because you don't want to bring more light to this.
No, you want it to go away.
This is like Connor Stallions-esque
Yes.
stuff, but it's your own guy giving his information away.
Right.
It brings up integrity of the game questions.
Sure it does. Sure it does.
I also don't know how, if you're Purdue,
right,
you cannot feel good about bringing this guy into your locker room like that.
And again, when this happens, and I'm not trying to stroke the guy, I'm just telling you, when this stuff happens, though, it makes me continue to appreciate Ryan Day and the fact that we've had, the fact that Purdue can bring this guy in who's got this kind of a personality potentially, or this kind of background, these kind of mistakes, and we haven't had that here for quite some time.
Think about it. If he ever throws a bad pick or something like that, or makes a bad play, what's everyone first thing they're going to think?
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's like the Luis Ortiz for the Guardians pitcher.
Yeah.
That is still currently suspended by MLB Baseball for the gambling investigation. And they went back, and it's like, here's the 2 pitches that somebody paid a lot of money on, bet a lot of money on to say they were going to be balls and not strikes, and he throws them in the other batter's box. And they hit the dirt 2 feet in front of the plate, and it's like, well, that doesn't look great.
Right.
And even if he wasn't actually gambling on himself or involved in any way, like you kind of said there, Carp, it doesn't do himself a lot of favors. Switch to the NFL here. After holding out the first 4 days of training camp, Terry McLaurin arrived in Ashburn, Virginia on Sunday for the Commanders' training camp. McLaurin still without a new deal in hand. He was placed on the physically unable to perform list with an ankle injury. I don't know if that's a real ankle injury or maybe a little bit of a wink-wink ankle injury, but nevertheless, John Keim of ESPN has reported that the two sides that they remain apart on a contract and they will continue discussions, but there hasn't been much movement towards a new deal. Tito, while Washington and McLaurin are reportedly far apart on a new deal, I feel that him at least showing up to camp is the first step towards them hammering one out.
Yeah, me too. And he gets to avoid some more fines now. I think he already got fined like $200,000 for missing the first 4 days. But yeah, I would think it's a positive sign. I don't think it's Marshawn Lynch. I'm just sure someone could find, but it's probably it's an olive branch. I think on both ends, the fact that he's there and that they're going to continue to work on things. So yeah, I think it's a good sign, Bob. I would think he said it feels good to be around my teammates and around the fans. I can't beat that at all. They showed me a lot of love and support. You lose sight of some things when the business gets involved, but I never lost sight of the way they supported me. It's business, but it has nothing to do with them, meaning the fans and his teammates.
It's a business doing pleasure with you.
Yes.
I think is what he was looking for. Yeah, when guys show up, it's an act of good faith by them. The ownership's like, we want you here. All right, well, I'm going to come to the facility. I'll sit in meetings. I'm not going to practice. I'll be out there. I'll be around the team.
Right.
And it'll be a positive situation. But this is an act of good faith. You've got to continue to negotiate and do whatever, because if not, because sometimes you see guys come and then they pack up and leave.
They just show up and then leave, yeah?
Yes. So I'm hoping that they will. And he's been such an integral part of the last, heck, he's been there almost 10 years now. It's crazy. Of shepherding them through some tough times with Dan Snyder and everything else. And Terry's an elite human being. He's been an elite player. He's been a leader in that locker room. And he's someone that all the fans love. Like, this is a guy you want to take care of and get him, make sure that he retires as a Washingtoner, or whatever they're going to change the name back or bring back the chief on the side or commander, Redskin.
The commanders of the Redskins football team.
Yes, basically.
Bobby, it seems like I would feel terrible if
you fell down playing basketball.
I'm telling you, Bob, that's no joke. I might be bleeding internally here. He went through all those tough times with Washington.
No joke.
With him going through the tough times in Washington, and they are finally like legit Super Bowl contenders this year.
They were in the NFC Championship last year.
I know what I'm saying, but all that climb though to there, and now to be able to build on that versus building on like a 4-win season, they're now building on. They are building on a NFC Championship appearance, and for him to, they're going to screw themselves if they don't get it figured out with him because like you said, he's an important part of that team, and he should be enjoying some of the spoils now, some of the work that he's done. He should be able to enjoy some of that now.
I was listening to Rothman and Ice yesterday, and they pulled it up from somewhere, I don't know, website or whatever, and the website or whatever it was had Washington going like 6-11. I think it was like massive step back. I was like, oof, that would not be. I'd be very good.
Yeah, I can't see that happening. I don't.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, I think they're gonna be in good shape.
I think it was kind of more of like if a team took a step back, it would be like them, Minnesota. There was a couple other potential ones in there.
All right, nice job on the quick hitters there, Bodes. We will do some Schlegs time. It's a Schlegs day next. Morning Juice.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of Veteran County Veteran Service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment, facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
Bobby Carpenter here with the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Ozzie and Daniel Silna made one of the greatest deals in NBA history. In the 70s, they owned the Spirits of St. Louis of the ABA. When the NBA and ABA merged, they offered the Silna brothers a couple of million to go away, but instead, the Silnas negotiated a piece of future television revenue. We all know how TV contracts are these days, and the Silna brothers made a total of $800 million from the NBA. Chuck Moore, CEO, and Travis Sanders, president of Riverside Bank of Dublin, talk about deal making for local businesses in our community.
Thank you, Bobby. Being a local bank has its benefits. We have experience making deals in this town, and with our local processing and underwriting, we're agile enough to move at the speed of business. Travis, share how we treat our clients.
We advise our clients on risk mitigation, long-term financial stability, and market conditions to help them make informed decisions. The Silnas knew something the NBA didn't. Let our experience and local expertise help guide you in your business.
Tune in every day for the Riverside Bank of Dublin Sports Money Report. Visit their office at 6300 France Road in Dublin or online at riverside.bank.
Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
I'm Shanola Hampton. Every day, millions of people face hunger. Today, I will share with you some of their experiences. I'm stuck between paying for medications or paying for food. John from Maine. After paying my bills, I can buy groceries. It's sad to say, food comes last. Alice from Oregon. I thought pantries were for less fortunate people, but anybody could be less fortunate in a day or even a second. Claire from Virginia. The Feeding America network of food banks helps provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year. No one should have to worry where their next meal will come from. Together, we can end hunger. Learn more at feedingamerica.org.
Respiratory syncytial virus, or RSV, is a common seasonal virus, but it can have major implications on a patient's heart health. Most RSV cases involve mild cold-like symptoms, but up to 160,000 adults are hospitalized each year for more serious cases. and RSV can escalate chronic health issues. If you're over the age of 60, talk to your doctor to find out if the new RSV vaccine is right for you, and learn more at heart.org/RSV.
Proud to be your go-to sports addiction.
WBNS, WBNS FM, HD3 Columbus.
The Fan 3, Ohio sports destination. Bobby is known as the General. Tito shops at Dollar General. This is Morning Juice.
It is Morning Juice. Let's do this.
The best way to start a morning is with a heavy dose of iron. Gas station ready. Always. It is Schleg Day.
Schleg Day here. Always gas station ready. Rumor has it you'll be out at the Woody this week at some point. And on Friday, you will be out there supporting your good friend to my left here, Bobby Carpenter. Will you be working out at all as well?
No.
It's great.
No.
Yes. No.
There was nothing else to that? That was it?
That's it.
That wouldn't be a two-banger answer? No desire to go up, no desire to do that, no desire to, you're back in your arena, in your element.
The only working out I would do on those fields is I would do an inside run period. I feel like I still got it. I feel like I could do a 5-minute period of inside run, full contact, snapping fingers, snapping necks. I forgot who sang that song. It was a rock song back in the day. It was a banger, and I just liked it because I thought about, putting my face mask in the middle of the V of somebody's neck and snapping their neck back. It was funny. I was over at Hastings Middle School, and I work with I'm the assistant of all the assistants. Like, I pick up cones, but then when it comes to, the violent stuff, I'll hop in and give my 2 cents. And, a lot of young kids, they just want to lean on people, and I'm just working on positions. Bobby, you'd have loved it. Reverse arcs. I was like, it's funny. I was like, I don't know what I said, but God made shoulder pads. I was talking about offensive linemen. I was like, God invented shoulder pads so that you could offensive linemen can get your hands inside on them. They're like man-made handles. He did that for you so that you could jam that into the neck of a defensive lineman and march him back. And I was like, I don't know, but we had a good time. I had a good time. I think they had a good time. I think they got better. But, no, the only thing I would do out there from a working out perspective was I would do an inside run period. Just because my body needs a little bit of physical contact.
Here's my question, Schlegs, because I remember when I went back in practice, how it was probably 10 years ago. No, it's 2016, I think, was the last time.
Almost a decade.
Yeah.
I remember.
Yeah. And the thing was, it took me a minute to settle in, but I hadn't been in an environment with that much movement and information absorption that you need. And so usually it takes you a minute to settle down, but my heart rate was just through the roof. Are you worried? I think after 5 minutes, you probably hit your stride. You could make it through the whole rest of the practice, but you'd probably need to do some individual first to be able to kind of ease your way in, if you will, just because you would be so excited to do it that managing your emotions and everything would probably be the hardest part of it.
That's a great point, Byron. And the difference, I'd be out there, I'd probably have on some of those core shorts. I'd probably slide on some neoprene knee sleeves. No, I wouldn't. But
how about the Muellers? You could put the Muellers back on?
I would 150%. I'd go in the back. I'd have to go all the way on the other side of the Woody and see our old friend Rob. Like, hey, Rob, you got any Muellers back there? I know Kevin does because I think Carson wears the Mueller. And every time I see the offensive lineman wear the Muellers, I'm like, it's a mindset, And I think it does make your biceps look bigger. So, yeah, I definitely would put those on. No neck roll, no nothing. I give a small little face mask or something, to make me look faster. No, I'm just kidding. It'd be a great time. I would do that.
Anthony Schlegel joins us here. It's a Schlegs day. Yeah, that's great advice for you and Bobby on, don't want to go out there and overhurt yourself and jump right back in. And sometimes
Hold on. Let me tell him the story about. So last night, Thitoff comes in here limping around, saying how it hurts to laugh. His ribs hurt his knee. He had fallen down at the community center playing against his son and his friend with another dad, and basically injured himself. And
Playing what?
Playing basketball, pickup basketball, 2 adults versus 2 kids. And now he is acting like he's maimed, and I'm like, we gotta do better than this.
Just go down to the post. I mean, you're bigger.
No, I know.
About the gym.
There was a loose ball, and I went after. I was racing my son. Racing's maybe not the right word. I was efforting to get the loose ball because the loose ball, Schlegs. I can't turn it off. If you're an athlete, you know this. You're an athlete. You're an athlete. You can't do anything about that. So, and I don't know if I tripped over myself or if momentum of the top half was going too fast and caused me to face plant. But nonetheless, I fell down, and now, I can barely walk. And I when I cough or sneeze, I want to cry.
You better go in and get that checked out. I mean, hell, my dad fell. He had a broken femur. So you never know. I mean, your age, you're by my dad's age.
His dad is 80, by the way.
That's fine. Yeah. Well, Bobby, if I got a broken femur, the fact I'm sitting here like this with leg bent would probably tell you I'm a warrior.
I don't know. See, I think the one thing that you don't know, and this is a true fact, you don't know yourself enough because Bob talks about, you got to do hard things. And when there's a loose ball and you got younger people there, sometimes you got to auto-regulate and say, that's your used ball. That's your loose ball. You can have it. I'll live to play another down. Modify, don't miss. Modify, don't miss. You made a bad executive decision to go after that loose ball knowing that you never train legs. There's no way in God's green earth you train legs. So you are going to be top heavy. You probably don't bend very well. And you're going to fall down. So guess what? Don't put yourself in a position to fall down. That's how I look at it.
What are you doing right now, Schlegs?
I'm driving. No, I'm here. I just parked at the Armory. I'm about ready to go in and get bumpy, do some legs. And then you and I got that show. And I got to make some sales and talk to some members. And we got a huge event.
Yeah. Tell us about Saturday, Schlegs. What do we got? I saw some other things going on at the Armory this Saturday.
Yeah, we got all sorts of stuff, man. It's just kind of like a community event. We got X4 mouth guards who, again, designed by NHL team dentists right here for the Columbus Blue Jackets. We're doing a thing where they can come in and get their teeth scanned to get custom mouth guards, which are the best in the market. I mean, they're significantly better than the ones that we played with, Bob. And they're here at the Armory. And then Club Pilates, I met their owner and her sister who does all the other stuff. Great people. We're going to do a Club Pilates session in the our sports performance area. It's going to be super, super hot in there because we just have fans, that's how I like to train. But we're going to do a Club Pilates session at 10 o'clock free for everybody. Kind of just like a open house, giving tours, showing everybody what we got. That's from 9 to noon Saturday. And we're giving away a bunch of stuff.
Isn't there some basketball stuff, too, I saw? Some free basketball?
Yes, there's basketball. So, Tyrell, and we'll have Letitia McGuff. She's our arena coordinator. You might know who her husband is. So we're doing some basketball skills that's kind of open from 9 to noon as well. So get that information. Come down, check it out. I'm not having group fitness classes at that time because they're already done. But, kind of changing that up, offering some more group fitness classes. But, yeah, man, it's going to be a great event. We're going to have some – and I like to do a thing called Armory Connect where it's just people that are in the facility. And we have a lot of members. We have Grandview Pro Fitness. We have Worthington Pro Fitness. We have the Armory. And there's people that do business that work out here. I'm like, hey, if you got stuff that you like to do, set up, man. There's nothing better than people doing business with people, especially when you work out with them. Because guess what? You better do a great job because not only are they going to make fun of you by the way that you squat, they'll also say you're crappy at business. So you got to be really good if you're going to step out there and say, hey, these are the businesses that I do. Love those people, just trying to connect people on people, man. Life on life. That's what it is. That's what it's about.
If it weren't for my potential career-ending injury, certainly career-altering injuries, I would be out there. I would love to go out there and do that there, Schlegs.
Well, guess what? I got Miss Sarah. She's our physical therapist. Miss Sarah was with SOCOM. SOCOM is Special Operations. She was there with them as a physical therapist along with the Houston Texans. So if there's anybody that can get you right from a physical therapy side, Tito, she's the one.
All right.
So
you might see me out there Saturday.
I need to be down. I need to be down. Yeah,
what's been the biggest adjustment for you and the family since moving back here full time?
That's a great question. The fact that we still live at the farm, which is 50 minutes away, and that's a bumpy drive. And it's just the realization that my days are gone and I don't see Steph because I'm coaching middle school football. I'm assisting middle school football from, basically 5 to 7:30, and I go to work at 6 o'clock in the morning, and it's like, hey, what's up? How you doing? Okay, I'm going to bed. Good night. That's kind of the day. Plus, you do other things like Thursday night. I'm with Sydney Hilsheimer. She's hosting the Pelotona. They do an event there to kind of kick that off, which is a unbelievable event that raises a lot of money for cancer research. So I'm actually emceeing that. That'll be a first for me. Just going to keep it juicy. And that's Thursday night. And Saturday we have this event. And then Sunday, myself and Hunter and my buddy Eric Maxson down there in Circleville, they got a thing for charity at the Pickaway Country Club, playing some golf there Sunday morning or Sunday like early afternoon. So yeah, that's the life. So it's kind of chaotic. And then poof, David Copperfield, kids are going to college. You got to get them up there for the first day of school.
That's gonna be huge. That'll be a huge adjustment for you.
Huge adjustment for my wife.
Yeah.
For sure. But it's been really good. This is that time where you got to teach them to own it. Like, how many emails you got in your in your inbox, bro? Have you signed up for all these things? Like, you got to take a little bit of ownership of that. You got to own your training. When are you hitting? When are you going to train? Et cetera, et cetera. Because it's go time. It's real. But that's kind of the adjustment until we can finally move into the house up here in Columbus. It's just that commute's just I listen to this Fleetwood Mac radio on Pandora. That's it. It's been playing some bangers lately, so that's kind of my drive in while I sip on some coffee.
Okay.
Get my mind right for the day.
So it's a little bit different, Schlegs, for, I would say Gen Pop. Like when you're going to college to play a sport, especially a fall sport, you're going there and you're getting dropped off, like going to training camp. And I drove up. My mom drove with me and was like, hey, you need help carrying stuff in? Yeah, here's a little bit. Here's a hug. All right, we'll see you guys. See you later. And just walked off. And maybe that's because I was the oldest of 4 kids and they had other crap to do. But I want you to compare your day when you got dropped off or when you left to go to the prep school and left home versus what it's going to be like for your son.
Oh, yeah. I remember when I went to prep school, my dad drove me up there and was like, all right, you got it. And that was it. I mean, I gave him a hug and they left. That was the P school, because I think we went to their little modified basic.
Yeah.
I think that started in July, and it was it wasn't a full 8 weeks. It was only 6, and then you went in and you kind of had your camp right afterward because we were playing in the prep school, and you played JUCOs. My freshman year at the Air Force Academy, I already knew what to expect. I actually went up a couple days early and stayed at some of the older the upperclassmen's house they had off campus that they weren't allowed to have. And I stayed there and just worked out, and I just flew up. There wasn't even a drive. There wasn't even a send-off going into Jacks Valley. It was just kind of all right, here's your plane ticket. See you when I see you, probably Parents Weekend. And it was more about what kind of outfit could I wear when I got on the bus to go to basic training that would just absolutely upset all of the cadre as though I didn't care, which I didn't. And that's where I came up with, I shined my boots from the prep school. I mean, they looked really good. The toes were super, super shiny. And I took my fatigue pants and I cut them off real short, like right below the pocket. And I had on a baby blue pearl snap I got at a thrift store. I still got that shirt, by the way. I cut the sleeves off. That way, every time I came to attention, I would pop the buttons open. And then they'd be like, oh, my gosh, he's popping out the shirt. And then I was like, it's just like, sir, Cadet Schlegel, asking permission to speak. And they like speak. I was like, can I just unbutton it? I can't hide all this sexy. And then I just walked around the rest of the day with my shirt unbuttoned, and people would just yell at me, and I would just eat it, and I just thought it was comical inside, And then when I went to Ohio State, I just drove myself up, That's it. Those are my drop-offs. So there's going to be a lot of emotion when we take Hunter up to Findlay to drop him off from his mom. He's going to get a dap from me. They do a nice job. They have the baseball team, all the upperclassmen go in to help the kids move. It's kind of like, hey, it's your time, man. Let's go. I'm interested to see how Steph's going to handle it, But, hey, man, the dude's an hour and a half away. He's going to be home every weekend for you to wash his clothes, so it's going to be fine.
Anthony Schlegel joins us here. It's a Schleg's Day on Morning Juice. So I'm curious, when you're coaching younger kids now, and I'm not saying you ever did, but do you ever think, I got to dial it back sometimes? Or, does that conscious, like, a thing, like, because I know you get it. I'm sure you are, you're an intense coach, but do you ever feel like, I can't go quite this hard with these kids?
No. I coach them just like I would coach Ohio State. There is no governor. But, the difference is you got to go back to, what is the most important thing? They got to know the plays, right? Hey, guess what? Hot and cold. Where's the ball? And, this is what I do. I just stand in the back like they're running plays. I'm kind of with everybody else that's not in because you got to get mental reps. And if they don't know, I want to know that they don't know. So, let's go through that. Hey, hot and cold, where's it going? I don't know. Okay, that's cool. This is great. Hey, hot, it's going right. Cold, it has an L. It's going left. Oh, okay. Hey, all the even numbers are to the right. All the odd numbers are to the left. All right, cool. And then I'll just relay the plays, and I'll just ask them, what do you got going on here? Who's pulling here? What is the running back doing here? What does this formation mean? Who sets the formation? Et cetera, et cetera. I just like talking to them about that. Then I really, again, when you're coaching Pop Warner, junior high football, heck, even high school, and I would say regardless of the community that you're in, if you want more kids to come out for that sport, what do you got to do? You got to make it fun. You got to make it to where they can be developed. And how do you develop them? The fundamentals. Can you get in the right stance? Can you take the right steps? Can you use your hands? I love it because it's the foundation of all football. And the better they get at the fundamentals, the more success they'll have in the sport, the more they'll want to come back out. That's the point. You want to come out and enjoy that. It's a contact sport. So, yeah, I say the word violent because you don't play it nonviolent. You got to go hard, right? So those are the things that I make sure that I emphasize, and I encourage them. I have to be that encourager and also the accountability person, whereas when you're in college, you make it the power of the unit, the older guys, and I'm telling the older guys are guys that have been there and are really good to hold them accountable because I want that dude-on-dude accountability. Right now,
dude-on-dude.
They're just trying to – it's the best. But right now, they don't know what they're doing, and everybody just is everybody's friend as opposed to, and it's different. It's how you grow up. When I was in 7th and 8th grade, I didn't need any friends. I wanted to knock your face off. You know who's my friend? The buddy that will allow me to knock that dude's face off and win games. So it's just different in the upbringing. So we got to be encouraging that way, and there's always things that you got to look at as a coach to be super positive. Like, hey, man, way to run all the way off the field because the last time he didn't do that. I saw it. You know what I mean? And so I'm like, hey, great job running all the way off the field. This is built-in conditioning, just so you know. Nice job. Like little things like that.
Schlegs, tell us again what's going on Saturday at the Armory and what times?
9 to noon. Export mouth guards. Club Pilates. Basketball skills and drills. Tyrell, 9 to noon. It's a community event. We're going to have food trucks out there. It's going to be great. Come in. Hey, if you just want to come in and talk shop to me, I'll talk shop to you. If you got little kids that need to get in sports performance, we got you. Hey, you're an adult that needs to change your lifestyle. I'd be more than happy to show you all the things that we got to be able to, measure and manage and get you on the right track. So that's what we're doing here. One team, one mission, changing lives. 880 Kinnear, Columbus, Ohio, 9 to noon, Saturday. I'll be here. You'll be here too.
Thanks so much, Bo. We appreciate the time. Well, see you out there on Friday.
Yeah, I'll go in here right now and talk to Miss Sarah and see if I can't get you in for being a soft, something else I can't say on the radio, an unathletic, older gentleman. Get your body right.
You're the man. Thanks, Schleg. We'll talk again.
Yeah, attack and dominate. See ya.
That was Anthony Schlegel. The last part of that segment, Bobby, the last part of his statement there, it felt almost personal.
To you?
Yeah, when he called me a soft, something he can't say on the radio.
Well, yeah.
He called me old, unathletic.
If you have a choice to be offended or not, A.J. Hawk chooses not to be offended.
Well, a lot of people compare me to A.J. Hawk, and so, yeah, I could see there's a lot of similarities there. I think you guys are dismissing the amount of athleticism I showed just being out there.
I was impressed with the hustle that you gave, but like Schleg said, sometimes it's, discretion is the better part of valor.
I made a poor decision. What do you call it, a poor business decision? Is that what he said? Yeah, I made a poor decision there.
A poor business decision there. I mean, and Artie had to watch his dad fall to the ground and lay there in a pile of shame.
I've got to get Artie out there, I think, to the Armory on Saturday.
Oh, yeah. They got all kinds of little basketball clinics and everything else. It'll be good.
All right. Coming up next, another gambling scandal. What does it say to us about leagues being in bed with sports books? We'll do that next. Morning Juice.
When it comes to protecting your business, whether it's your staff, property, or assets, don't make a crucial mistake by contracting companies that provide subpar and unprofessional service. What you need is a security partner known for their unwavering professionalism and unnatural liability. You need Event Risk. Event Risk is a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company that not only specializes in on-site guarding, but also offers armed security associates and executive protection agents. Event Risk, elite protection for your peace of mind.
Hello, my name is Eric Rose, CEO and founder of Event Risk Security Services. We are a U.S.-based, veteran-owned company providing protection services and consulting to Fortune 500 corporations, movie studios, celebrities, and high-net-worth individuals. If you're tired of fluff margins with low compensation for poor quality security officers and the endless revolving door of vendor staffing, then give us a try. For virtually the same cost, we can then address what keeps you up at night.
Visit eventriskinc.com.
Around the world, Children International and friends like you are giving children in poverty a chance to grow and thrive, to be healthy, to succeed in school, and achieve great things. How do we do it? In the best way possible, by helping ensure access to healthcare, nutrition, and educational opportunities. And most importantly, by empowering youths and their families to get out of poverty and into employment through life skills, computer, and job training. The very tools they need to break the cycle of poverty and build futures full of promise. Because every child deserves a chance to realize their full and best potential. Learn more about how Children International is empowering children and families by going to children.org today. That's children.org.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good. Because today, I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Bobby knows what it's like to be a winner. Tito knows what it's like to be thrown out of an all-you-can-eat buffet.
You're here 4 hours.
This is Morning Juice.
Oh, mics were off there too, right there, Bodie?
I hope so.
I hope so too.
Oh, dude, we're just exploring the social media of
that's
the
what
one
we're doing.
behind us.
We are learning.
You gotta live the bit, man.
I understand.
Live the bit.
So, Bobby, we already had a situation with the Guardians where Luis Ortiz, who's been on leave since July 3rd while they investigate potential wrongdoings, potential gambling infractions because of a couple of pitches he threw that were a lot of money was wagered on these pitches being a ball or where he hit batsman kind of thing. So, and he's been on leave since July 3rd. Well, now Emmanuel Clase, their closer, has been placed on non-disciplinary paid leave through games on August 31st. They're continuing a sports betting investigation with him as well. So, and he was an all-star. He was a stud last year. He didn't start off great this year, but he's turned it around. But he was also a potential trade chip for the Guards. And now it's gone. We got the situation in the NBA where there's been a couple of gambling investigations there as well. And Bob, it just seems, I'm not saying it's hypocritical, but these things have come up now since there's all this availability and the relationships between sports books and professional sports. I don't know how to prevent it. It's amazing they could do as much research as they can to even bust these guys with how many different avenues there are to do it and different ways you can have people somewhere else place a bet for you.
They can track all that, man.
Right. No, I'm saying it's impressive to me that they can track all of that and how they catch these guys doing that. But
it's what they do.
They
got Frank Abagnale out there watching everybody.
Not Abagnale.
Yeah,
Abagnale.
Right. Yes.
Do you know who that is? You actually got that reference?
Well, yeah, I've seen clips from that movie. I've told you. I've seen when he came and acted like a substitute teacher.
That's the Abagnale.
Right.
Yeah.
That's that one. I saw when when he was in the hotel room and Hanks busts in to get him and he acts like he's an agent as well on the other side. And then, I've seen a couple of those clips here and there.
Where are you going, Frank?
Right.
Yeah. Nobody's chasing you.
Right. Yeah, that's right. The one runway when he's going to leave and he said, I'm not going to worry about it. Yeah, where are you going? No one's chasing you. That's right. Anyway, so I feel like this gambling thing's only going to get worse and worse, Bob. You're going to see more and more people get busted doing it.
You think so?
Yeah.
If you make the punishment steep enough, like it's punitive damages. So the reason why in civil court we have punitive damages is because that's supposed to set the example of what can happen if you choose to engage in behavior like this. And so that's why in Major League Baseball now, the steroid policies, it's a third of the season. You get busted again, you're done for a whole year. That's so you make the punishments like this. There's always going to be people that think they're smarter or can't resist, one of the two. I'm not sure which a lot of these guys fall into. Either A, they just want to do it so badly, or B, they think that they can somehow beat the system. Well, which maybe I would fall into that category when I was younger as well. I don't know.
But so Pete Rose got the ultimate punishment.
They literally killed him and then
said, okay, now your lifetime ban's over.
Lifetime ban.
Right.
You served your life sentence.
Right.
Now we'll let you in.
Now we'll parole you.
Even though, what's his name? Shoeless Joe. He served his lifetime and plus like 30 more years.
Right, yeah.
And then they'll let him in too.
That's a multiple.
Life. They give you
life
multiple life sentences.
Yeah,
you got the life plus.
But that's the part, Bob, when we, and maybe these guys just don't pay attention. Again, Rose is.
What do you mean don't pay attention?
What do I mean, Bob?
Pete Rose just died. Everybody was just talking about all this.
I understand. But if you didn't pay attention to Pete's career, then you might not be able to appreciate exactly what was taken from him, or exactly what he gave up, I should say that.
He was the hit king.
You and I, look, Bob,
that basically sums it up. I mean.
But I don't know if Malik Beasley in the NBA could appreciate what Pete Rose endured or what he brought upon himself. And I don't know if
no, but could
Luis
he appreciate,
Ortiz can.
What was that official? The one ref they had in the NBA.
Oh, yeah, Donahue, yeah.
Yeah, could he appreciate Donahue?
But I'm just saying, Bob, like, if we know how much being outside of baseball, how much it took away from Pete Rose's life, how much that bothered him, how much it hurt him to not be able to manage again or coach again. And he even offered, I will go around, if Major League Baseball will let me, I'll go around to minor league parks all around the world, all around the country. And
all around the world.
Oh, could be that too. And I will I will tell my story to prevent people from making the same mistakes I made.
In hindsight now, looking back on it, that probably would have been a pretty good idea.
But he said, I'll do that.
If they would have started, hey, gambling's starting to get legal. Maybe we should take Pete up on his offer with these players so that they don't end up doing this stuff.
But that, like, but Pete Rose, though, got the ultimate punishment.
Make him wear a scarlet letter when he does it.
Right.
Big G for gambling.
But if that doesn't send a message, Bob, to these people.
I think that would have helped. Maybe that's Bud Selig. Tomorrow's that old decrepit D-Bag's birthday. Maybe that's what they should.
Rest in peace.
No, he's still alive.
Is he really?
Yeah. Bud Selig's 91.
Oh, God. I didn't know he's still alive.
Exactly. He wanted to outlive Pete to watch him die.
That's right. I think Selig's in the Hall of Fame.
Bud, there's all these problems now.
Yeah.
Don't you think it may have been prudent 5 years ago when gambling started to become more prevalent in society, that we take up Pete and be like, hey, we're gonna wield you around like Hannibal Lecter here, and put you in a scarlet G and have them talk about all the terrible things that have happened in your life because of this. That may have been the solution.
That may have helped out. But like the fact that these guys, though, if they...
I mean, Dare worked for me.
I don't know.
Showed me the picture of all those people on drugs.
The egg commercial did it for me.
Those smoking commercials where that'll do it.
It showed me the picture of the dudes that did dip and then their mouth was all jacked up from cancer and everything. I'm like, that looks
awful. It seems to Bob, like I don't know what when you say make the punishment strong enough to where people won't do it. The fact that baseball's already shown what can happen with this. And there's still people potentially violating these rules. They're still doing it. I don't know in the NBA when you've got guys, there are certain guys who have financial problems, and that's why they're doing this. Was it Porter in Toronto, I think it was, who
I think you're right on that.
Took the unders on some of his, they made sure there was unders on his stats, and then would come into the game and get hurt right away.
That's great.
Things like that. I don't know what the penalty would have to be to prevent it, to discourage it now. I don't know because I just think Pete Rose is
2-year ban.
A 2-year ban.
And a hefty fine.
How about just kick him out of the sport? How about a lifetime ban?
I mean, I'm a big believer in second chances.
Right.
If you give somebody a severe enough penalty and they still choose to do it again after that, then you know what, they've made their bed. But I'm a big believer in second chances, opportunities in life.
Baseball lost a real legend yesterday. Ryan Sandberg passed away at the age of 65. And
speaking of gambling,
Sandberg never gambled.
Supposedly.
I didn't know.
That was
could have breaking news. Okay, could have breaking news more, Bob.
No.
Anyway, that
was your transition into another baseball story. It's the most baseball we've ever talked on this show, by the way.
You think it's good or bad? You wouldn't want to do
Ryan
it.
Sandberg, I don't mind doing eulogies on guys because he was a guy that I grew up watching play.
Yeah.
That I, enjoyed. It was a great dude, great for the game. Played in Chicago, made the Cubs relevant when they used to stink, and he was a good player.
So, yeah, I know growing up you never had cable, and you were a lot younger at this point. But in 1984, when I was 13 years old, and at that time, baseball was not on ESPN all the time or other regional sports channels you couldn't get here. You couldn't get at your home unless you had one of the big satellite dishes. WGN carried all the Cubs games. WTBS carried all the Braves games, so they became the teams that most people around here would be familiar with. And that 1984 season is before the Cubs had lights. And so every time they played, it almost a day game. And I can remember coming home from school and watching the Cubs on TV. I wasn't a Cubs fan, but like I said, it was the only baseball you could watch. And
gotta watch it.
Harry Carey calling the games. and the Cubs come out of nowhere.
Hey, there's Ryan Sandberg.
Yeah, they had Bob Dernier was the leadoff hitter, and Ryan Sandberg hit second, and they coined them the daily double because they were out there. They were always getting on base and getting knocked in.
Only 2 runs you'd see all day.
It could be, but they were a lot of fun to watch. And God, it must have been 5-6 years ago. I got to cover a Clippers game for the Dispatch, and they were playing the Reds Farm Club, Louisville Bats, and the manager was Jody Davis, who was the catcher for those Cubs teams. And I went into his office, and I said, "Hey, Jody, I'm not here to talk to you about the team or what's going on." I said, "But can we talk about the '84 season for a little bit?" And he said, "Yeah, sit down. We can talk." And it was nothing that I was reporting on, nothing that was going to be put in the paper, just sitting and talking to him. And
so personal.
It was.
I love that you went personal on it for him.
I absolutely did. And when we sat there and talked for about half an hour, and he answered every question I had about that season and the magical season it was, and what happened in the aftermath of that. So, the Sandberg passed away, Hall of Famer, retired and came back. But there's a Ryan Sandberg game, if you ever want to watch that on YouTube, but him against the Cardinals where he just went off. They call it the Sandberg game. But, WGN was a place where I watched all of that. Bob, we're at the end of the segment, and we've only got one segment left, which means we should probably do this.
Oh, you hear the sound. You know what time it is. Mini corn dogs. Bite-sized little corn doggies. They're the featured appetizer of the day at Roosters. They're only $3. And if you've got a wood allergy, they're going to get it done for you. You don't know. I mean, there's people who are allergic to everything.
I know, but you said if you don't eat I've never seen anybody accidentally eat the wood.
Well, you can touch it.
You can touch it. Yes, I got it. Yes.
Well, yeah. That wood might scrape your teeth, might touch your
lips.
You're
right. That's fair. That's fair.
You know?
Yeah.
I know people with those peanut butter allergies, you can't. I can't have.
No, you're right.
Butter.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you have a wood allergy that's like that.
Very possible.
I can't eat corn dogs around you because you're allergic to the wood.
By the way, sometimes I didn't know this either, but like later in their life, like in their 40s, I've learned that some married women can get wood allergies.
Well done on that, Thitoff.
Took me a while to get there.
It is. You stumbled to it, though. Kind of like you last night on the basketball court.
Oh, boy.
You made a burst. You tripped over your own feet, fell down, but you still made the effort.
Got on the hardwood and got right back up, Bob.
I appreciate that. But they're mini corn dogs. They're delicious. They're $3 all day long at Roosters. And now, if you you have the answer to the question of the day, you're going to get a chance to win a $50 Roosters gift card. And usually we talk about what the question is going to be.
This time we did not, though.
This time we did not. And occasionally I've been more prepared for this.
Do you want to talk about do you want to ask what my 2 serious injuries were?
No, I was going to pull something from Schlegs.
I was trying to think of Schlegs. I can't think. I was trying to think of something he had said. I mentioned something about what God gave people and why certain people.
Well, I was going to talk maybe more about his apparel and showing up. Showing up to basic.
By the way, after hearing that story, I cannot believe that relationship didn't last longer with him in the Air Force.
Yeah, Schlegs was, I always say this, he was more militant than military.
It sounds like straight out of Stripes.
It really, yes, that's what it was. That's why he only made it there for 1 year at the prep school, 2 years in the academy, and spent most of his weekends trapped in solitary. He's sitting at his desk at attention, hiding a bottle of Jack at his foot and having chew all over the place and spitting on himself. What's up?
Zoo Review says someone go down to Vanity and Wake Up Shark to see what he thinks about Clase.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, we should probably do that.
Oh, you know what we'll do? We'll do something from today in history way back. This is Shark's third favorite dictator of all time. We talked about him this morning. He had a big birthday today. Who was it? 614-821-1460. Get the answer correct to Bodie. Get the $50 Roosters gift card.
All right, we'll do that. So make sure you call in. Bodie will take your information when you get the correct answer on that one. We'll close things out next. What's got you juice? Morning Juice.
When was the last time you hopped out of bed without that knee or back screaming at you? Or walked down a flight of stairs without having to take your time? You thought to yourself, I'll just tough it out. But nothing changes. Hi, it's Tyvis Powell. It's time to call and schedule that free consultation with Dr. Walkoff and his team at QC Kinetics here in Columbus. I'm glad I did. Myself and others have turned around their lives with QC Kinetics regenerative treatments that work with your body to help restore and repair damaged joint tissue. Natural cellular therapies. No scalpels, no pills, just long-term relief with no dreaded recovery. Check it out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. Bring your x-rays and MRIs to QC Kinetics for a free, no-pressure chat and thorough evaluation to see if you're a good candidate. Find out if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Just call QC Kinetics at 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Delaware County Veterans Services, here for those who served. Located on the ground floor of the historic courthouse in downtown Delaware, our team of veteran county veteran service officers is ready to help you access VA benefits, emergency financial assistance, dental and medical grants, transportation, and more. Need a ride to a VA appointment? Facing a financial emergency? Are you or your spouse simply looking for answers? Then give Delaware County Veterans Services a call. 740-833-2010 to schedule an appointment. Delaware County Veterans Services.
Hey Max, you look absolutely dashing in that purple tie. Ready to harness the world?
You bet, Daisy. I'm ready as I'll ever be. And might I say, your purple tie really pops with your vest.
Thanks. I almost went with a cape, but didn't want to come across as pretentious.
Nonsense. Anyone in our line of work should rock a cape.
You might be onto something, Max.
Phew, so here we go. First day on the job. We've got this, right?
Right. Don't forget, we both graduated from Dogs Inc. with honors.
Which means I can guide my human around a busy city with ease.
And I can give my human a restful night.
I hope my human is kind and loving.
And I hope mine likes wet kisses and zoomies.
Ready to make a difference?
Born ready. Let's go.
Discover how extraordinary dogs like Daisy and Max change lives at no cost to the recipients. Visit dogsinc.org.
Through Travis Manion Foundation's Operation Legacy service projects, veterans, families of the fallen, and inspired civilians across the country come together under the common cause to serve in honor of our nation's heroes. Service projects include city beautifications, planting memorial trees, volunteering at shelters, park cleanups, and more. Ask yourself, if not me, then who? And register for a project near you or as a virtual volunteer by visiting oplegacy.org.
Attack and dominate. You're locked into Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Event Risk. What keeps you up at night? Visit eventriskINC.com.
Here's Bobby and Tito.
Final segment of the program. Thank you to all the juicers for being here with us today. We appreciate that.
Do you need a bank that truly values local businesses in this town and an opportunity to work alongside them as partners, whether you're a small business or a large operation? Riverside Bank of Dublin has the right tools for the job. Riverside Bank of Dublin has the experience of working right here in Central Ohio. They understand the business climate in our area, and they'll help you reach your goals. Whether you need an SBA loan to get your business off the ground, a line of credit to keep your business running smoothly, or equipment financing to get your business up to scale, Riverside Bank will tailor a solution that fits your needs. Visit them at riverside.bank or stop in and get to know them in person. It's 6300 France Road, Riverside Bank of Dublin, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
We got a winner over there for us, Bodie?
Yes, we did. Caleb was all over it.
Benito Mussolini.
Yep.
Was it Caleb Carpenter?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Caleb Downs, actually.
Caleb Downs.
He needed that $50.
He does.
The Roosters.
So
big Roosters fan, Caleb Downs.
Caleb Downs
is the llama.
Look, I'm telling you, Caleb's salt of the earth, man. I love that dude. All right, let's tell you what's got us juiced.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Billiards Plus. Find your next grill and everything you need for the master griller. Billiards Plus on Dublin Center Drive in Dublin.
Although I'm fading in and out of conscience here with dealing with this pain, if I remember correctly, it's still Tuesday because it's a Roosters Tuesday. So on Tuesdays, let's hear from Schlegs.
Put it in my mouth. Yep, they're good.
That's what you always say, Schlegs.
Yeah, I know. Sweet and sweet, just like me. Woo!
Should I have dumped that or
put it in my mouth?
Guys, about I don't know, 15, 20 years ago, give or take, Mike Gundy took to the mic. And in his 3 to 4 minute rant about talking about how he's a man, he's 40, he asked a question, where are we at in society today? And I feel like I have to ask that same question today for multiple reasons. First off, every day, I don't go to the gym every day, but when I do go to the gym, 5 days out of the week, I go through 2 different roundabouts there in New Albany. We got to do something about the American people being completely incapable of going through a roundabout on a consistent basis. I had a guy dead stop, not yield, not sort of slow down, dead stop in the middle to where I almost T-boned him. And I'm not normally somebody who lays on the horn just because I'm not really a confrontational person, I don't feel like. But I gave him a good...
Give a dirty look?
Oh, I blew the horn for like several seconds to the point to where it was probably pretty obnoxious. But it's just like every day I go, there's somebody who's just completely incapable of going through the roundabout on the correct way to do it.
Which I don't understand how it's that difficult.
I don't either, Bob. I really
it's like
don't.
getting on the highway. If there's someone coming, they have the right of way. If not,
you keep
slow
going
down and just merge in and slide over.
Yes, it seems like such a simple thing. And of course, like I said, there's 2 of them. So we double up the mistakes basically every time.
Magnified.
And then I went to Kroger after I went to the gym yesterday. And I feel like we've just lost our way as the American people are. Just simple etiquette. You know, you're going to kind of run into each other a little bit as you're pushing the cart around at the store. But just a simple, like, nod. You kind of give the half smile, say, excuse me, say sorry. I'm pretty big on doing that stuff. And just dirty looks. Just dirty looks left and right. I'm like, I'm sorry. My bad for coming to the store and getting in your way at 4 o'clock or whatever on a Monday afternoon.
Why are you going to the store at 4 o'clock? You need to go earlier.
That's when I go, man. I don't know. It was
do
after
you
the
like,
gym.
Do you like all the people there?
No, I don't.
You're trying to get at the busiest time of the day?
I guess that's just when it happens. And then I'm walking out, and I see a gentleman who was middle-aged, I don't know, 40, 50, old enough to know, walking out, and he, in the little, like, gap between kind of the first door and then the second door when you actually get into the store at Kroger, just walks out, grabs his 2 bags out of his grocery cart, just leaves it right there. I mean, we're talking 10 feet to the left. He could have put that sucker back. And it's just...
Did you say something to him?
I was far enough behind that I would have had to, like, holler at him because I was still in the store when he was, like, in that little midway. And it's just like Mike Gundy said, where are we at in society today? I will tell you guys this, though. I meant to cut this up this morning, but fortunately it was already in the dad. You know, every now and again you hear a song, you just think, this is a damn good song. And while I was going through all this crap at Kroger yesterday, this song came on over the speakers, and it just at least lightened my mood a little bit. The boys being back in town, this is just a great song. So I'm going to let this ride a little bit.
Yeah.
While, Carp, you tell us what has you juice.
So they used to play this when we would walk in. They changed it to Welcome Back by Mace. But my first 2 years at Ohio State, when we would walk into the stadium, come down to the ramp, there'd be no one in there. It's 3.5 hours before game time or whatever it is, 3 hours. And they would be playing this over the speakers. So you'd walk down in your suit, you got your bag with you, and it was pretty cool walking down there. So, yeah, it's a great job, Bodie. Listen, I know you're not a confrontational guy, but we got to listen.
Here we go. He's recruiting you. He's recruiting you to his army. It's what he's going to do.
Evil can only triumph when good men do nothing. Remember that. All right? Have you ever seen Boondock Saints?
I have not.
Put that on the list.
Add it to the list.
All right. The indifference of good men. You just allowing that guy to just be the bane
Son,
of
we live in a world that has walls.
Exactly.
We live in a world that has grocery carts.
You've got to put them back.
Grocery carts have to be put back. Who's going to do it? You Lieutenant Weinberg.
How you operate when you think that you're operating with free of consequence says all that you need. And I told a kid this the other day, a couple months ago, and you know, as a high school kid, and I go, listen, man, how you operate when you're in a position of power says everything about you. Because when you have the advantage, how do you choose to engage in it? And do you want to choose to just crush other people? Because you may not always have that your whole life. So just understand that, you know what, you can do some good with the opportunities and the strength that you have. Because he was being a little physical with someone else. And I told him, you know what, bud, when I was in high school, when I was about your age, I was 6'1", 150. So those tables turned dramatically later. So just always remember, when you are on the top of the heap, what it is like to be on the bottom and how you need to operate and how you would like somebody to treat you should these roles be reversed. So that's got me juiced. And then, Bodes, I hope you got this cleaned up a little bit.
Did, yep.
I mean, Shark always knew when Goggins was coming in. It was a stage 5 alert. But talking a little bit about motivation, Thitoff, we're going to get you going. Bodie goes to the gym 5 days a week.
I can't today because I'm injured.
Honestly, you'd probably feel better if you
100%.
After you got through.
Get moving.
Wouldn't feel great at the moment.
A rolling stone gathers no moss. Remember that. David Goggins will let you know.
You are able to get up every morning, have no passion, no drive, no motivation, no shit, and still get up with that kind of fire. You will be successful in life. I guarantee you that.
Get up, no motivation, no fire. Go get it anyway.
Stay hard.
Stay hard. Exactly.
Marcus Freeman always says, choose hard.
I like it.
I think
say it's real.
Bobby, if I had fallen 3 inches to the left, I might have had a lot of time to watch movies. That's how close it was to a life-changing injury that I could have sat in bed for a while.
Be in a pine box.
It could be that too. Just bury me with a DVD then, I guess, or make sure my phone's charged when you bury me. And Bodie, by the way, when you said, what are we doing as a society today with this stuff going on, that's your first step into being old. Okay? Because young people don't say that.
I accept
that's fine.
That.
I'm just letting you know. That right there, though.
It's pretty basic stuff, man.
I know.
Learn how to drive through a roundabout, put the grocery cart away.
The roundabout thing. Now,
it's an epidemic.
About 12, 13 years ago, when my oldest was around 12 or 13, my dad was going to take him to a baseball lesson. Now, my dad never likes to drive around the freeway because it's just, it freaks him out now in his age. But this is a long time ago now still. And my son's got a baseball lesson, Bob, in Grandview at 4:30.
Okay.
My dad picks him up at 3:30.
It's good.
For about a 10-minute drive normally. Probably takes him 25 minutes.
You have no idea what could happen.
So
preparation is the key to air power.
All right. So my dad picks him up at 3:30. They start heading over there. The coach calls me and said, hey, I can't do it over there in Grandview. I need to do this in Hilliard. Here's the address. Call my dad. Now it's about 3:45. Dad, the lesson got moved. It's 5:30 now in Hilliard.
She gave you more time, though.
Right. My dad says, well, I can't take him. And I said, why can't you take him? He said, they've got roundabouts to get there, don't they?
They do. Over by, you get the Old Town Hilliard right there.
Yeah,
they got the doubles like Bodie's talking about.
Yeah, Dad, they got
like immediate, too. Yes. It's like you hit one and then not even a quarter mile later, you just dive right in again.
They've got roundabouts. And I said, well, Dad, you can just take him there. You've got plenty of time.
Is that like on your ways you can go without tolls or with tolls?
Yeah.
Avoid roundabouts.
I think it should be, if it's not an option, it should be. By the way, Bob, we could make some money now on that. Now you bring up that great idea. But yeah, so he didn't take him. And the roundabouts thing, you're right, Bodie. There's a lot of people that don't know how to maneuver that. And it's incredible that happens. Look, Bob, juice for you going to the Reds game tonight.
Yeah.
That should be fun. Reds-Dodgers night. The Reds lost 5-2 last night.
This will be my first baseball game.
Baseball, Bob.
In the state of Ohio, I think since I don't even know if my wife and I were married.
Wait, so first Major League game or first?
Major League game.
Okay.
I've been to a
Clippers games, yeah.
Probably not in the last decade, though. And then the last Major League Baseball game I went to, oh, no, I guess I did go to the Cubs. I went to a Cubs game, probably still playing, maybe 2011, 2012 for my buddy's bachelor party. The year before, 2 years before that, we went to Busch and watched, when I was in St. Louis.
McGuire?
Watching, I don't think he was playing anymore. But we were down the first base line. Every crack of the bat, I put my phone down. Like, we're outside the nets. So I got to keep my eyes on this.
Yeah.
But the last time I was in a baseball stadium, Major League Baseball park in the state of Ohio, was with the Reds, and it was probably 2000. It was pre-2010. You know what? It was before 2009 because we didn't have any kids yet. So it was probably more like 6 or 7, almost 20 years.
But you will go to the August 5th Clippers game, right?
Oh, yeah, to go watch Shark.
Go watch Shark throughout the first pitch.
I've been to a Clipper. I've probably been to one in the last 7 years.
Emily, big contributor to the program, wants to know what's your go-to baseball food. Do you have something that
I don't usually eat at state? I'm going to be honest. Like, I don't really eat at the Ohio State games. I just kind of usually am either drinking or watching the game,
or both.
But I don't really eat, and I haven't been to any other pro sporting events in a long time.
My first professional baseball game.
I'm not like a big hot dog guy. Maybe a brat.
I'm not a hot dog
pretzel
guy
and
either.
cheese, kind of. That's pretty good.
Yeah, but
Gotta
I'm
be
always
cool though.
I'm always
Tonight,
disappointed
with the heat. I don't know if that's going to be a good
hot.
option.
It's going to be real hot.
When I get the pretzel with cheese, I always look at it and think that's going to be really good, and then I eat like half it and I'm done. It's
They can be
disappointing.
hit or miss.
I don't know
but
if
when
you've
they're
ever
good,
eaten half of something.
Bobby, I don't eat anything anymore, and now it's going to be hard for me to do because of my
180?
my rib condition. But the first baseball I went to was I think I've told the story before. My dad woke me up. I was 7 years old. Fan Appreciation Day down in Cincinnati, October 1st or October 2nd, 1978. And we drive down there, and I get to see Johnny Bench play, Seaver, Rose, Concepcion, all these guys. And the Reds are ahead in the sixth inning. I think it was 8-3. Bench hit a grand slam. And my dad says, hey, when the sixth inning ends, let's head home, beat traffic. I said, okay, Dad, that's fine. And we got home. We actually stopped for KFC on the way home. But we listened to the game the entire way home because the Braves tied it up and the game went 14 innings. I walked in the door just in time to see George Foster hit a game-winning 2-run home run in the bottom of the 14th for the Reds. But
that happened to my dad and I once. We were at the Notre Dame-Michigan State game in 2006.
Yeah.
Left early. Notre Dame had a huge comeback. Never forgiven them.
Yeah, I don't think I forgive my dad
no,
either.
I'm just kidding.
Never forgiven him.
It was one of those games that you're like, man, were you there for that? I was like, 3.5 quarters.
I was one of those people that when Ray Allen hit the three, I was outside of the glass trying to get my way back in.
We all have a story like that, I'm sure. Walking out of sports events that ended up being something different. But, yeah, that always sticks out to me. But, yeah, it's got to be juiced by. You're going to that game tomorrow or tonight. So that'll be fun for you to go out there and check out the Reds. And I had a great time going out there earlier this year for a Reds-Guardians game and enjoyed myself. It's something I wish I did more often. But of course now I need special seating probably because of my health condition.
Hey Tito, I do hope you get feeling better today.
I appreciate
Bruise
that.
on the leg is a hell of a long way from the heart, you candy ass.
I appreciate those heartfelt sentiments by you, Bodie. Thanks to all you for tuning in. Thank you to Schlegs. We'll be back tomorrow. Maybe a special guest tomorrow that we normally don't have on Wednesdays. That'll be tomorrow. Morning Juice.
Hey, Buckeye fans. As the official wing sponsor of Ohio State Athletics, Roosters is kicking off an incredible giveaway you won't want to miss. This football season, we're giving away 12 ultimate Buckeye experiences. 3 drawings, 12 winners with prizes including tickets, sideline passes, and 3 trips to a Buckeye first-round postseason game. Go to roosterswings.com to register and see all the details. 3 drawings, 12 amazing prizes. Register today and every day. Roosters, a fun, casual joint.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. When was the last time you hopped out of bed without that knee or back screaming at you? Or walked down a flight of stairs without groaning step by step? Hey, that was me. And I had to deal with that for all the years of playing football. But I went and saw my friends over at QC Kinetics, and it disappeared. I didn't have to tough it out anymore. Call over QC Kinetics with Dr. Wolkoff and get your free consultation. It's regenerative medicine, folks. There are thousands of patients who will tell you that they wish they would have done it sooner, just like I did. I'm glad I did, and my experience was tremendous. You go in, you have a consult, they lay out the plan, they talk about it. It's no pills, it's no scalpels. It's just your own body's biologics treating you and helping heal you. So find out if you're a good candidate. Go to QCkinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544. They have offices all around Central Ohio, so be sure to go and check them out.
You know what hope is? Hope is action. Carving a path forward, even when it's hard.
And kids who still know how to dream. They're the best pathfinders of all.
So at Child Fund, hope means helping millions of children living in poverty worldwide to grow up healthy, educated, skilled, and so all those good things can come true for them. Safe.
And that means safe at home, safe at school, and safe online.
Hope means walking this path together. all of us. Because when we work together, we can do so much more.
That's right. Hope includes you.
Child Fund, because we need each other.
To learn how Child Fund works with children in 23 countries to help them achieve their full potential, visit childfund.org. That's childfund.org.
I thought mixing bleach with my floor cleaner would take the stain out.
When my youngest ate the dog's medicine, that was a new one.
I was trying to protect my garden, but I accidentally sprayed myself with pesticide.
So I called 1-800-222-1222, the poison helpline.
A poison expert helped me figure out what to do next.
I was connected to someone who spoke Spanish.
They answered my questions.
It was free.
It was confidential.
It was real help in real time.
Keep the poison experts in your pocket. 1-800-222-1222.